Not yet. It's not there yet. All right. All right. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at the Full Rice YouTube channel. Hope you enjoy our lovely, like flash-looking setup that we've got here. I've got James from Perseus Arcane Academy, and we are here to do a little bit of navigation, orientation, and ask a bunch of questions about the awesome, exciting new community section on the PerseusArcaneAcademy.com website. And you know, we want to encourage you guys to go and have a look, especially if you're looking for community, if you're looking for fellowship, for people to hang out with, to talk with. You know, this will aid your practice greatly. Having people, finding your tribe, you know. And one of the cool things about Perseus that I really like is that there's some great teachers on there who are looking for ways to engage with their students more in a really sort of tight, cohesive, expansive kind of way. And, you know, James has been doing some great work setting up this new platform. And so I'm really excited to have James on. Brother, how are you doing? Great to have you with us.
Hello, Phil. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me again. I am good. Yeah. Yeah, the community platform has been a bit of a journey, but we got there eventually. And thank you for today in allowing us to show what we've currently got.
Yeah, no worries. Well, let's just get straight into it. So I thought what I'd do is that I'm just gonna put the screen up here. All right, so here we go. So here's the standard Perseus. So if you go to the website, guys, I've got it on the banner here.
So that, Phil, is the courses page.
Oh, that is the courses page. Hang on.
If you go home.
Let's go home. Here we go.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. So this is what you're going to see, guys. All right. This is good. All right. So we're correcting on the fly here. Now, so what we've got is we've got the standard, you know, we've got home courses, we've got the blog, and obviously don't forget, guys, there's free stuff. And the free stuff is good stuff too, you know.
Yeah.
Three transformations, everyone. You want to go play with that. That should blow your hair back a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So what we're going to do is now this is the new feature on the page here. So let's go straight into it. So I've already signed in, and so you know, it's free to sign in, isn't it?
Absolutely free. It's free to view, even if you're not signed in. You're free to view the majority. Now there are basically we have all these groups and places on the side here, and if you go to spaces, there's another view here at the top, and basically you can see all these different spaces, and it says join, and you just join it, and you join. There's no money, there's no sign up or anything like that, other than signing up initially for the platform. Some of these are private, which are just for our course members, which are connected with our courses. So like the Mystery College, the 60 Skills, these are all for the students of those courses. But we have many. So I'll probably show you on the left-hand side. It's probably easier, is in that when you first join up, we have the introductions. And this is where I encourage everyone to do a little bit of an introduction. I know it's online and we like our privacy, but it's nice to know who's who a little bit more than just a username, because I've just from seeing some of these introductions, I'm like, oh my goodness me, this person has this experience in this Mongolian system, which I'd never heard of. This other person has been doing runes, and so many people with so much history that you just wouldn't know about. So it's really interesting to see a nice introduction. So I encourage everyone to do that. Even if you only ever make one post on the platform, join up. As I say, it's free, and just do an introduction. And, you know, it's really interesting for everyone to see who's who. And of course, you can do it all under, you know, whatever name you want, a display name you want. So we've got lots of people in there. After that, we have the news section, which is basically just me posting things, new updates, and you'll receive the news section, and you can comment on it. You can't post in there because it's just me giving news. And then we have the boring one, which is platform feedback. And this is really because, we may have bugs, which we did have there right at the top. But also, I want to know if you think we should have things on there, feature requests. So if you have an idea and you think, oh, this is really annoying, I'd really love to be able to do this. I'd really love to have this feature. Well, let us know, and I'll see if we can make it happen. Yeah.
So how do you actually like make a request on here?
So go to the top right and go join.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you got to join that group. Okay, yep. So if I click that, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, sweet. Now this has popped up, so I can make a comment. Oh, okay, that's great. And that's yep. So bugs and feature requests is like a filtering system.
Yeah. So that way, because I've got lots of ideas, but I'm not sure if they're ideas that other people want. So I want to see what other ideas people have, and also, you can then sort of like that post, and if I'm seeing 50 people want this new feature, I'm like, all right, let's get on it and make it happen.
Here we go. So uploading documents. Okay, great example. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. So that's great. So that's really cool because
So yeah, like just sort of, I'm just trying to think, because there's things I'm doing and I'm like, it kind of annoys me. So I'm like, I'm sure there's other things that might annoy, because we're a new platform. There might be things that annoy other people. Well, let's see what those things are and change them. So then we go to the general discussion. So the esoteric, occult, and all things magical is as it says, is really a free for all. Things from all aspects of magic, things that I don't necessarily have any experience in, but I might want to know about, because there's so much variation as I'm learning, as I'm interviewing all these people. There's so many things I don't know. There's so many things I have absolutely no idea about, which are absolutely fascinating. So this is the place for those things. This is the place for basically any kind of news and information or anything you want to share. It's all there. So it's slow at the moment, but as we get more and more, we've only got like 20% of our students in here at the moment. But as we go, as things go year on year, this is the place where everything's going to be, including the courses eventually.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Then we have the inspirational media. And I always think you need inspiration. And I love to find out about books, movies, TV, everything. I mean, like this top one here. This is fascinating. Do you mind if I just share this one, Phil?
Please, go for it.
Like this one, it's not platform related, but what a story. This guy, he's an ex-SAS guy in I forget which country in Africa, retired, has this strange day where he's driving along, stops for a hitchhiker, which he'd never normally do, completely out of his operating procedures. Dangerous, in fact. This guy gets in. He's very mystical. He's got this mystical sword with him, and he's speaking in very poetic ways. Gets out the car. His face completely changes and says, "Oh, you need your blessings on this day. May God protect you," and walks off. Very strange interaction. 2 hours later, this guy single-handedly goes into an international hostage situation and saves 700 people. Like the guy said, after meeting that man, the day went perfect. Nothing could happen. Bullets were missing him. Grenades were not exploding near him.
Wow.
And this happened in Nairobi. So they now call this operator Obi-Wan Nairobi.
Wow, that's impressive, right?
So this is the place for stuff like this that's inspiring, and it's connected to what we're doing, and we all find nuggets of gold like this, and so this is where it goes. Books, TV, whatever you think. This stuff from Freighter IAC, wonderful material he's sharing.
Cool.
Sorry, Phil, go on.
No, I was going to say, he's contributing a lot at the moment. It's very valuable, very personal as well. And I think too, because he's using a pseudonym as well, it allows for a little bit more open sharing. And so his stuff's great. I really love reading and listening to what
he's got a large library, and
Yeah.
we were speaking the other day actually, and he's planning on sharing through his library here in the group. So it's wonderful to have him here.
Yeah, cool.
I'll be speaking with him again soon as well. Okay, what else we got? Okay, yeah, free course, general discussion. So this is an area where, you know, we have the kung fu material, we have the free transformations, the hermetic fundamentals, all these free courses, the introduction to magic, with lots and lots and lots of students, and they're already very effective. But now you have a place where you can actually come and discuss this. So this is where just joining the course and, oh, it's free, whatever. You know, I mean, now there's really no excuses. You've got a free course, plus you've got a place to discuss this. With the teachers who made those courses are also in this group. So, you know, all you have to do is interact in this group, start putting forward your experiences, start asking questions, and you're getting kind of basically personalized help all here in this group. So my hope here is this encourages not just going, oh, it's a free course, I'll have it, but actually doing the free course, you know, actually receiving the benefit of this free course. Because that's the point. The point is that we want to encourage you to do it, not just to collect it. And so hopefully this group can help with that. And then, of course, we come to the Franz Barton discussion. Very quiet at the moment. I think obviously we have our students of Franz Barton on Facebook, and we have, you know, the Discords and all that kind of stuff. But it is my hope that as the years go on, and probably as social media gets worse, that this is going to be a preferred place to have discussions, because it's not Meta, you know, it's not some big organization mining your data. It's actually an independent, run by practitioners for practitioners. So yeah, this is early days, and all the posts here, you can basically choose the topic. So it's all going to be very searchable in that you will just tag it as the step. And so that as we get more and more posts, as you see at the top there, you'll be able to organize by general, step 1, step 2, whatever, and find the material that relates to your question.
I've got a suggestion just quickly while we're talking about it. So these filtering mechanisms here, which is very cool. So when I scroll past them, I've got to scroll all the way back up. So having a go to top, or or having these freeze or float over the screen, so when they disappear, they show up the top there. Do you know what I mean? You know, maybe I should use the recommend features thing. Yeah, you know. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's
no,
great.
absolutely. This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's like you think, oh, that's annoying. Why is that? So we need enough users to sort of start giving feedback, going, yeah, I agree. This needs to change. So yeah, absolutely. I'll put in a future request for that as well. But as you see there, not a lot of material at the moment. We're just building it up. But yeah, as we go on, all Perseus, because we currently with Perseus, we had things on Facebook, we had things on Discord, which was the preference of that teacher, which made admin a little bit of a nightmare. So now with all students going straight to this platform, it should hopefully flow out to these other free and open public groups as well. That's the hope, that we can have some real deep discussion on these things and actually share new discoveries, not just repetition of what we've had before.
I think, you know, being able to filter things and keep them sort of, I mean, I've seen the Discords, and the Discords are really good, but it's still not necessarily built to purpose or built for purpose. It's got its limitations. Whereas, you know, you have the ability to sort of like go, oh, okay, well, you know, we can organize information in a different way here, so it's quite easy to click around and find exactly what you're looking for. I mean, having a filtering system for the steps and for the conversations and things like that, it's very handy. And I just want to say, somebody's just put in the chat, I usually enjoy communities that don't rely on something like Facebook. Yeah, I've got to say, you know, the amount of ads and these types of things, you know, they're making it, I guess, it's just they're very busy environment. So having a dedicated space like this is fantastic.
That's it. I mean, a lot of people that I discuss with because everyone who joins one of our courses, I usually email them and I want to get to know them. And I mention, oh, we've got this community or that community. And if that community was on Facebook, often people would say, oh, I don't really want to use Facebook, or I prefer not to use Facebook. I'm like, okay, cool, no worries. So that's, again, another reason why the idea of having our own platform was more and more, you know, more and more tempting. You know, I just want to take that barrier out of the way. And I said, okay, this is just our thing on our server, you know, make it simple. It's free to view. It's open to view. It's, you know, you can join in whatever. If you want to post, yeah, you sign up, and that's it. That's the entry. No big barrier, no mining of data. And there we are. There's me.
There is you. And there's another familiar face there.
That's it. Yeah, there he is, Mr. 60 Skills.
Yeah. Looks like he's quite
on top of Omeshan in Sichuan province in 2003. That is.
There we go. I'll give it a like. That's pretty sexy. All right, that's cool, man. Well, man, I tell you what, haven't we all been through some stuff? So what's the story? You guys are all wearing the same outfit. Did you have to join the local militia or something? Or?
That's right. Yeah, we had to join the militia. What it was, we were going up basically there's a tourist side of Omeshan. Omeshan is mountain. So Ome Mountain is basically there's a few special mountains in China who are known for certain things. There's like Taoist mountains and there's Buddhist mountains. And the cool thing about Ome Mountain is that it's basically a mixing pot of Buddhist, Taoist, and Vajrayana Buddhist, the Diamond Path, but also martial as well. So if anyone's read anything of Alex Cosma over the years, I learned about Ome Mountain from Alex because he was recounting his experiences of meeting hermits on the mountain, living in caves, and that this place is, you know, when you read these old books, Ome Mountain is still like that. There's still people who shun society, modern society, and live on the mountain. On the rear side, there's a public side, which is very busy, but it's a big mountain. So on the back side, there's nunneries with people in long-term retreat, ladies in long-term retreat. There's Buddhist sanghas with long-term retreatants. There's Taoist practitioners. And, you know, in the West, we go Buddhist, Taoist, Vajrayana, but really in reality in Asia, it's a melting pot. A lot of these, they all influence each other. And so you get some unique lineages on this place, which is one of the reasons why I chose, and I think why Bob chose to go to this place, because we both wanted to learn the Ame Sudden Enlightenment School of QiGong and cultivation. And so this was the first time Bob and I met. We all met in Beijing, and then we got a very quick Raiders of the Lost Ark style small plane to Sichuan. This was before the high-speed rail was up. And so we got this dodgy plane to Sichuan province, did karaoke in a Chengdu hotel, and then made our way out to Ome the next day with Lin Hai, who is a lineage holder of the Ome method. And yeah, it was a wonderful experience. And at this point in the picture, we're wearing those jackets because it's actually getting pretty cold at that point. We're getting close to the summit. And basically they have you know, everyone's always making a buck. They're like, well, you know, here's one of these jackets you can wear, keep you warm. And they got, you know, loads of these places. These like little huts that are perched over them. There's literally nothing but below you. And they're like, oh, come in and have some food, you know, rent a jacket from us. So you just rent a jacket, and they're like, you'll need it, and then give it to us on the way back. So very cool. That's why we're all in matching outfits. We didn't actually join a militia.
I was just going to say, you know, this might make for another great sort of section on here. Would be like people sharing their personal adventures and their stories, you know, like their photo albums and things like that. You know, like, because hearing these kinds of things is like so magical. I mean, I've never been to these places, but I can only imagine it's like in the movies. You're like, you know, there's just these mountains and hills that just go on and on and on and on and on. And there's all of these things hidden and tucked away that are thousands of years old, and people are occupying them. And, you know, you just don't know what you're going to find. So, I mean, yeah, this is great. And, you know, I'm just scrolling through here, but on the left here, you know, I'm going through these, you know, there's more topics and things, and there's lots of stuff on here already, even though there's, you know, there's still plenty of room. And obviously you've put a section here for martial arts, more internal types, but, you know, there is a relationship obviously between movement, combat, and internal development and training the body for, you know, building the pipes and these types of things.
I mean, this video here is from Alex Cosma, who I just mentioned about with Hermetics Mountain, who introduced me to that. And, you know, there's a big crossover, you know, and what you find actually is that a lot of internal martial artists are kind of looking for the magic.
Yeah.
You know, because we hear of stories of Dong Hai Tuan, the founder of Bagua, or Yin Fu, his first disciple. Yin Fu had the QiGong, which is the light skill. You know, he was famous in the imperial court for this light skill, where this ability to jump ridiculous heights, to be able to move ridiculously quick. So there's these kind of almost magical skills that you think, wow, you read about these things, and there's this inspiration of like, wow, could I achieve that? Is there a way to achieve that? And this is what I think is with the magic. It's like with the magic of initiation, it gives you a vessel, it gives you a method to actually do these things, to achieve some of these things. Because the QiGong, the light skill, it's wonderful to read about, but I've only ever met one person in my whole life that can do it. And to do the training, you know, it's about 30 years of training to do it.
Oh,
so
geez, yeah.
it's mental.
People who decide to dedicate their lives to be able to do these incredible things at the cost of, you know, having a family or building some kind of legacy of, you know, like a lineage for themselves, like a descendancy, you know, but what they do is that they leave behind the stories and the myths that inspire us, because they dedicated themselves. And it's like, man, you know, and I think too that when people leave behind this legacy of, like, you know, this is the result of focus and discipline and seeking the truth and, you know, demonstration of skillfulness, you know, like these are things that, like, inspire us and bring us to life and can keep us focused on, you know, how can we use these in the world to benefit, but then it's also far out. You know,
it's great to have. You need these kind of stories to kind of, like, I mean, I do anyway. I like, you know, it would be a sad world, I think, if there was none of these magical, inspirational stories, because it's what gets you going. It's what got me to Asia in the first place. It's what got me to find Barton's in the first place. So yeah, I think these are wonderful, and I think there's a massive crossover between the martial and the magic. And if you're someone who isn't doing any body work, you know, I would really suggest you look into it, because you'll find it huge, almost overnight improvements in your ability to work with energies. as a result of the strengthening of all your bodies through the martial training. Though it's martial training, you don't have to be martial. You can use it as a means to just strengthen all of your bodies.
Okay, so now we're down to some of the private groups for students of certain teachers, and we obviously have the 60 skills 5-step curriculum. There's only 4 listed here. I guess that'll change at some point, but
we're getting there.
I totally get it, right? So, but the basic frameworks and the envelopes are being put up here so people can sort of see what's going to be available. And and then of course we've got Andre Conscientia, who is an absolutely fantastic writer, and so there's a lot of he's got a few blogs up, as well as 60 skills as well, and then the School of Visionary Hermeticism. This is something also of Andre's as well, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, this is the School of Visionary Hermeticism is going to be, I think. Right now, we just have a few very serious students going through it. And I think probably after these students pass through all 3 semesters, and when people see the change or what these 3 students start to put out into the world, because the idea with this is that, as you know, Andre is just amazing. It's hard to believe how he's done so much in so little time.
And
so what he's done with this is he's made a curriculum kind of that balances both the theoretical, because as you know, when you ask Andre a question about pretty much anything about magic, he's on it. He knows. He's been there, done that, but he's also can do the practical work. So this curriculum seeks to develop someone both intellectually but also practically, so that they come out the other end, someone who can both talk about these things, but also practically do these things. And more than that, someone who can actually produce their own work. They can produce their own fruits of this, their own new material. So that's what, after the 3 semesters, part of the actual work is to produce your own grimoire.
Right.
So you've actually got to go out there, work with these beings. You've got to come back and produce this. And then this is then shared into the School of Visionary Hermeticism for the other students. So the idea is that this group of teachers, the body of knowledge grows through them passing through the 3 semesters. And I think this is going to be absolutely epic as time goes on.
That's great. Like it's one thing for people to carry lineages. It's a whole nother thing to create your own, and or just create a new body of teachings. I think that the creative aspect of everything from teaching to, because when you're practicing the exercises, Sifu Mark Rasmus talks about this. You got your personal journal, and then you're making your teaching journal on the side. And that's when a lot of trying to make your universal journal for everybody, and it's going to be done through the lens of you and your experience. But your experiences are obviously being formed and shaped by the experiences you're having. But I see also Jake from Mystery College. Now, sorry everyone, James hasn't got all the pictures up yet. I'm sure that everyone will be providing him with images for this. But Mystery College obviously also has a course platform as well, but they feature on the course offerings on Perseus too.
Jake just did a wonderful introduction, actually, because Jake and Alex of the Mystery College. There's Jake, we have the masterclass courses from the Mystery College on Perseus, and also Jake and Alex in the events section. They have actually a new series of events that are coming soon. We'll get
to them in a sec. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's great to have Jake there, because as the introduction there shows, I mean, he's been very humble in that introduction, but Jake has so many hours with so many high level people, and he's such a resource that I think people just don't really realize what a gem Jake is, and what an amazing resource of information he has, and just what a lovely person he is as well.
He really is. He's such a nice guy. He's always very pleasurable and pleasant to deal with, and very helpful, and yeah, highly intelligent. When you listen to him speak as well, yeah, he's you can tell by listening. So that's wonderful. And I see you've also got Peter Deshemin,
Oh yes,
Magick in there too. And so yeah, we might do another follow-up once there's a bit more content here. But the Magick.
Well, this is private space, so you won't see Peter's group or the Mystery College group.
Oh, of course, yeah, because I've got to
because this is for their students.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so that will always show that if you're not, because those courses are an investment for someone. So this community is like added value and allows those teachers to have, because we have the chat function and we have the instant messaging, it means that students can kind of chat in the group, or they can instant message with the teacher and get answers now. Like, they don't want to wait maybe a day or two for an email. They want detailed answers now, and that history of that conversation is all kept in their chat, which they can search.
Wonderful. Okay, so now obviously we've got all events and my events. Now there's also events up the top. Which one should I be going to next? This one here?
Yeah, all events and events up the top are the same. My events are any events that you might have registered for.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. So oh, yep, cool. So Bob's got his that's right, because he does regular practice groups online.
Oh, that's not actually Bob's one. Well, it's not Bob running it. That's actually a student run. This is something they've been doing in the Discord. Okay. And basically every Saturday they go through every week they go through a different level of the curriculum. So there's 10 levels to the 60 skills curriculum, and they go through a different aspect each week. And they've gone through it now, I think 2 or 3 times. And the students that are running this, I mean, they change the person who leads the practice usually each week, but there's people there that have been in the master course for a long time. There's people there that have attended the Magick camp. So they're very experienced practitioners in their own right. And it's just nice for people who are doing, it's open to anyone, by the way. Anyone can come along here and join it. You don't have to be a 60 skills student to do it, but it gives you a nice look at how 60 skills material works and allows you to work with a really supportive group who will help you get it. Yeah. So the time is 11 a.m. Eastern time. I've got a little bit of a bug with the time that shows my UK time. So it's 11 a.m. Eastern time every Saturday. And all you need to do is click the link and you're in.
So is this a free to attend event?
It's absolutely 100% free.
Wow, look at that. All right, everyone. How about that, right? Dude.
So you should have a link there, right, Phil? Do you have a link?
60 skills.
There you go. Oh, hang on. So why are you not seeing? So this is great. So this is in real time. We're finding bugs. So
should the link be on the right, or should I add it to calendar?
Add it to calendar. Try that. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So. Okay. Well, I haven't got any calendars set up. No, now it's going to go into my private stuff. Okay, but are you saying that there should be something on? I thought
there was a link, but if there isn't, then that's interesting. So that's good to know. But yeah, basically, I'll edit that later on and make sure a link goes in there. But if you add it to your calendar, that will then give the Google Meeting link, and it will remind you 30 minutes before the event. I'll just have a quick
look in the background and see if I can bring it up here. So which one was it? It was on the 26th. It was on the 26th.
It's every Saturday, yeah. So it should show you there.
Yeah, maybe I haven't got the right calendar set up. Maybe it's no, it won't be that one.
It's good to see, because I only put this up last night, and I only added the events this week, so I'm still kind of bug finding.
All right, let's have a look here. Let's see if the link comes up.
I know it worked for my Google Calendar.
Oh, you know what? It might actually be because I'm the day ahead. No, it hasn't shown up. So I'd have to see which Google Calendar it's added it to.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, sweet. So, okay. All right. Well, that'll be a good one to check out. All right. So my events.
So I'll add that later. Maybe I need to put a registration on there. I'll do that later. This is good. Thank you, Phil.
Yeah, no, that's all good, bro. This is well worth it. So, hey, just want to say anyone in the chat has got any questions, throw them up so we can deal with them while we're both here live on the live stream.
Please do, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so
also while you're in the events there, might be just a shout out for Jake's. If you go on to events again, or you see that one there, the yoga one.
This one here. Yeah.
So Jake has these all happening every Saturday for the next month or so, where Jake and Alex.
Here we go.
We'll be going through. There we go. Oh, I added a link there. We'll be going through the 8 limbs of yoga. And Alex, I'm not sure if people are aware, who works with Jake on the Mystery College, is a member of some quite mysterious lineages, quite interesting lineages with links to southern India. Very, very experienced magician and practitioner in his own right. And so he's going to be exposing some kind of aspects of the 8 limbs that you've probably not seen before. Both theory and practice through this. So this is an Eventbrite thing that Jake and Alex are doing, but very cool. And as we go on, we'll have more teachers, more free events as well going onto the page. So that'll take you over to events.
Yeah, so that there will take you to Eventbrite. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. Well, that's very cool. Okay. All right, so let's go back to all events. Just have a quick scroll through. So we've got 60 schools and Mystery College events pretty much chalked in there. So there's lots going on. I really love this because these are all relevant events in one place that people can explore and go. Because, if you can be friends with them on Facebook and you can see them pop up on the feed there, but you're kind of at the mercy of Facebook showing you, like, they will come up, but you've got to search for them and this type of thing. So this is really great to have everything in one place so that if whatever it is you're practicing, whichever of the teachers that you like, I could, we've been talking, it's possible and likely, probably more, that in the very near future I will be hosting some similar types of events for we'll just leave it at that for the moment. What's that?
It's like you left us wondering what it's going to be about. I thought, dog grooming.
Well, I mean, it could be, but it's Hermetic dog grooming. So, there's a way to incorporate these teachings into everyday life. I'm going to teach everyone how to make a Hermetic bowl of rice.
Exactly.
That's right. I call it, I actually, I joked about it at one point when Bob said, give me ideas for the channel. And I said, cooking with Kabbalah. And like a topless Kabbalah cooking class. And then I thought, you know what? We actually use it. Like, you can use
topless. Who would be topless?
Well, that was the jokey bit. Okay. Okay. That was a jokey bit. I mean, to be fair, I got to put a bit more work in. I'm not quite ready yet, but, just that idea of like, lifestyle type, accessorizing life with things that are relevant to what you're doing. Because this is a full life integration set of practices. So this is looking great. Now, I also noticed up here you've got something here called leaderboard. Is this? Can we go to this now?
Yeah, which surprisingly I'm winning.
I'm a Hermetic neophyte. Okay, I didn't even have to go to a workshop for that. I just got given that. That's very kind of you, bro. So these are obviously like this is kind of like a I guess, engagement tracking or some kind of like you know, or contribution type.
That's it. Well, basically, I want to, because you see this in a lot of places, and I don't want to be cheesy and, you know, the way these things go. But the thing is, I want to also keep track of I'm very grateful if you're contributing to the community, because, you know, if you're someone who's posting on here and because it's early days, you know, it's these communities take a while to gain momentum, to sort of start running on their own. And so anyone that helps me get this platform to that point, I'm really, really grateful for you. So my idea is with this, I can kind of keep track of things. And every month, we're still in the first month, but every month I will private message these people and I'll say, look, what can I do? Can I help you? Can I get a coupon for you? You know, can I give you half price off the next thing we do? Do you know what I mean?
That's great. Yeah.
Just to try and give a little bit of a thank you back, that, you know, because of course getting a little thing after your name on a website, you know, well, yeah, thank you. But what in real terms, where does that get me? Well, yeah, I want to give a coupon, a half price, anything I can, as much as I can, to the people that are helping us establish this community, because it's not easy and it takes constant posting and interaction. Yeah.
That's cool, man. All right, that's great. I love dark mode.
Dark mode's awesome. So yeah, that's the idea behind that. And I'll play with it as things go on with the point system. But I thought the descriptions were quite cool. Yeah, it's my way of sort of thanking active people.
Right, I'll turn that off for now, just to keep the experience streamlined, and also because it lights my face up nicely. All right, so so obviously up here we've also got some search function too, which is great. So that's something to play around with, and we have notifications area, which is great. So you can see, oh, this is really good, bro. Far out, you've put a lot of thought into this. So you can see what's going on, things that are relevant. So as you start engaging and liking, or, you know, connecting, and that, you know,
we also have the
up.
chat there. Yeah.
Now this is fun. Okay. So if I want to start a chat, like I need to search for James, or would it be Perseus? Or is it not set up yet?
It should be working if you go you go at.
Sorry.
Oh, you know what? That's to search your messages. So if you go onto one of my posts and then click on me.
Oh, do I have to be friends with you or something? Do I?
So, or you go onto one of mine. So click on me and then just message.
Oh, here we go. Hi. There we go. Sweet. So there we go. So now we're connected now. Okay, that's cool. So you can message people.
Could be searched. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, and this is obviously all private, so that's good. Oh, yeah, here we go.
That's it. And there's in the settings in your profile, you can choose whether you want to be public or whether you want to allow people to be able to message you and things like that, because obviously we don't want people being contacted when they don't want to be contacted, and all those things can be set up in your profile, in your settings there.
Oh, yeah, so you can send things too. Oh, that's great. Awesome. Okay. Oh, that's great. Fantastic. Now, I did have some other things I wanted to just talk about and go, you know, is there plans or the capability for any kind of sort of like sending a live feed to the platform so people can come here and use it as a video platform of sorts? Or is it just external links?
Well, in terms of, we'll probably be relying on external tools for the time being, because obviously it's just so easy to use things like Google Meet or YouTube or whatever. But yeah, the way that interacts or works with the platform is going to get better and better. The events that we've just added will probably be extended to be able to have live events occurring like that. And those kind of features that it has will be sort of upgraded to allow streaming and stuff like that. So that's all coming. We sort of have to do it step by step, because everything I change, I have to make sure that I've not broken something else.
Yeah. Oh no, I totally. So, guys, everyone's feedback and the where is it? Here we go. And platform feedback. If you find something that's not working
Yeah,
proper,
please.
yeah, I think too that sometimes people might have found an issue, but may struggle to communicate it as well. But if you know how to take a screenshot, guys, if you know how to, just phrase it in a way and that you can pass it. I mean, I'm sure James would be happy to have a discussion with you because he's keen to get get these things sorted.
Oh yeah,
Now,
yeah.
and so, are there any other? I've got something here. Upcoming features and future plans. Have you got anything apart from what we just mentioned about any kind of like live video streams? Any other things that you're looking at adding, or just kind of that you're happy to share, or you're just floating around with in your idea sphere?
I think for the time being, our focus is on getting, because as I say, about right now we have about 20% of our students on the platform. People just get used to habits, right? So all of our students from all of our private groups will first of all be going over. That's the first goal, to get that happening, and then to obviously, as we go on, more and more of the public groups will become busier. As that happens, we're looking at having, like you said, like live events occurring much more regularly, and also the ability because right now the events is for the platform as a whole. So coming soon, we're going to be able to have events which are per space, per group. Yeah, so perhaps Andre wants to do a private event for just his students. Well, that group itself will have its very own calendar, which is private from the rest of the community. So that's some added value that's coming for students of our courses, is that you're going to get much more regular Q&As. You're going to get much more regular specific events about the curriculum that you're following in the private group that you're a member of here.
Yeah.
And then the videos of those events will then be archived into the group so that you can then come back and watch that anytime you like. And will also be added to the course as well. So it's going to be this virtuous circle of events that are constructive, focusing on a subject, focusing on Q&As, and that then goes back into the curriculum, and new students come in, and hopefully we keep getting more and more questions and development so that everyone can raise up. So that's one of the biggest things, is to give more value to the students who have committed to a teacher and are in the group, so that that group becomes more and more precious over time because of all the resources.
Excellent. Yeah, cool. That's great. I think the more the experience can be tailored in a relevant way, the software doing all the connectivity in the background to that's just where it's at, because there is a lot of ground covered here. There's for starters, there's some of the material is similar, but then you've got different teachers and you've got different approaches to similar things. And so I think because you have you have some you have your own rich background of experience with many of these teachings and teachers. This is very it's great to be able to, if you were just like some random dude running a course platform trying to put all this together, it wouldn't be quite as cohesive as well. So guys, this is a really, really awesome opportunity. And I think, I'm sure that there's other platforms out there that are, this is not an off the shelf product as such. This is like something that's being tailored to the needs of the community. I'm sure maybe the base model may have been whatever, but I have no doubt, like you said at the beginning of this live stream, that this has been a journey, and I'm sure you've picked up many relevant skills and are learning quite a lot about this. This is probably very time consuming, brother.
we basically had it done earlier on in the year, and we were using a different method of doing it, and I was about to launch it, and then I was like, okay, but there's these limitations. We weren't going to be able to have events for such a long time, and it's nothing's perfect, right? It's like you know, I was looking for the perfect, and which meant it would never launch. You know, so I had to go with, okay, how can we? The biggest thing for me is that I want a place where we can not only have all our discussions, but also there's really kind of important body work and things like that that I thought would be so cool for us to have on the community platform, or have events where people can do follow along with the teacher on screen and actually learn what a huge difference these physical trainings have on your magical practices. And so I was like, you know, which route do I go? So basically, I scrapped the early one, you know, and I thought, oh no, I've got to start again, because I wanted definitely events. I wanted definitely private messaging. You know, private messaging is a huge issue because the data and the archiving of messages, you know, just kind of slows down servers. So we had to find a good method for that. Which I believe we have now. And yeah, this is just the beginning because new technologies are coming all the time. You know, there's going to be other cool things that I want to do with this that I'm not going to say right now. But yeah, this is level 1. We're going to level 10.
Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, and that's great. You know, I think what we have is that we have some pretty solid scaffolding and good bones here. For a community that's really starting to get quite big, you know. I mean, I'm watching those posts on Facebook welcoming new members, and those lists are not small. You know, once a month or every couple of weeks, a list will come out. There may be another 10, 20 people on that list, and over time, that's
Barton.
Yeah, the Trans Barton groups, you know. And I mean, this platform obviously includes and incorporates the Barton sort of communities, but it also, you know, we've also got you know, Thelema and Golden Dawn, and you know, then we've got, I think too that one of the coolest things about this platform is like it's in sort of chimes a little bit with 60 skills, and you know, maybe even if we just go back to one of the, you know, someone like Mark Erasmus, who sort of brought the basically, you know, once he showed me how to build the ball and then paw breathe it, and then how that connects with Barton's work, it's like, oh man, I found something very special here. And so, you know, you've got classic sort of like traditions, and then you've got the you know, the QiGong, the Neigong, the Neidan teachings as well. I think the body training, and Bob talks about this quite a bit, is like it's the missing link in a lot of this for a lot of people. And you know, if it, you know, it's just so helpful. You know, I'm not saying it's completely necessary, but if you don't and then you do, it soon becomes quite apparent just how valuable it is.
Yeah, it's quite hard to get the potency. You can get it, but it take you a long time. But yeah, it's surprising how quick it can. I mean, we just did a video with Dustin. Jake did a great video with Dustin from the most recent Magical camp, and my goodness me, the change he had in such a short time. It's just night and day, largely down to the way the physical training can be incorporated.
Well, there's another idea for another column or another row or another section is testimonials.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, I mean, like seriously, like you know, I've got friends who are on the testimonial harvesting route at the moment, because that's what builds the social proof. That's what builds the trust. That's what you know. That's great. I haven't watched those testimonials yet. I've got them on the watch list there, but I'm looking forward to it because, man, I tell you what, you know, when people get it, like I remember like going, man, I wish I had the camera on when I first did a couple of things, because the reactions would have been just like, you know, I mean, they would have been probably a bit contrived, they were me. But this is the thing is like, you know, when I've had people and I've been teaching them basic QiGong, like how to build the ball, I mean, that can make people make their eyes pop. And then you teach them how to paw breathe it, or how to float themselves and pump through their feet and these types of things, and go, and they're just like, you know, because a lot of them will say, oh, yeah, no, I know all that stuff. And, you know, it's like, oh, dear. Oh, okay. Well, let me take you through it. and then they're like, oh no, this is different, you know. And it's very surprising, satisfying to see that in another person, to see that transformative like reaction. So this is great. Now, brother, I think we've pretty much covered everything here. Now, is there anything else that you would like to mention? Is there anything on the main website you would like to cover? Are there any new courses? Because I can bring all that sort of thing up while we're here.
Well, while we're here, we have some very amazing blog post interviews coming on the way, which I'm really excited about, which incorporate Raja Yoga, which incorporates Hermetics. With some individuals who are really, really rigorous. I really like some of these older teachers who are super, super rigorous with the practice requirements, and hearing them talk about the fruits of their practice. So we have that interview coming soon. It's going to probably be a big one. He warned me it's going to be a big one. So that's coming. There's a little post I did on the community. We also have, this is something quite special, and I won't say who it's by yet, but it's by someone who's fairly well known in the community. And we have someone who is a step 8 Franz Barton magician, who is going to be, in the physical section of Franz Barton's initiation to Hermetics, we have lots of work with fluid condensers and this kind of stuff. And he really goes into, the magic mirrors, solid fluid condensers, all the universal fluid condensers, all these things. Though we do it, a lot of people do it to the sort of minimal, they go, okay, I've done it, tick it off, move on. But when you find someone who has dived into that practice and has, working with fluid condensers, talismans, alchemy, and has kind of brought this all together in one amazing inspirational way, that's what we've got coming. It's if you're a Bartonist and you've ever wanted to get into alchemy, this is probably a wonderful bridge. If you're a Bartonist who wanted to pursue the work of fluid condensers much more, but you didn't really know where to go, this is it. This brings together, it was originally going to be an advanced course for people around step 7 or 8. But what he's done is he's made it so open. He's basically made it where he's given you almost like a condensed version, where he's worked with you in how to get vacancies, worked with you how to get depth point. Depth point in this practice is super, super, super important. He's worked with you in how to work yourself with plants, trees, things that you're going to use in your fluid condensers. So it's an absolutely amazing course. And I think more than anything, the way it's taught, the warmth of this individual, the passion they have for this subject. Every time he was sending me a video, I was like, "Oh, I've got a new video, brilliant! Let me watch this," because the warmth and enthusiasm that he has for this practice, he's like a living example of, I think, of how we all should be. So that is coming, and it's so nice. It's such a nice feeling to watch this person explain these practices. And he gives you a masterclass in how to do this stuff. And he's also going to have his own community area on the community section coming soon as well. So that is on its way. That's one of the biggest things that's coming. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I think a lot of people, when they come to this kind of work, and they may explore the online spiritual, or probably better put, magical communities, I noticed, I sort of found it like this. I thought it was going to be very very gothic and occult, like Hollywood occult and this kind of thing, but you can't really judge a book by its cover in this. There's a lot of magicians in everyday life. I've met some who are, you'd never guess. They don't have long hair and a goatee and a beard and, you know, lots of piercings or tattoos or, you know, whatever Hollywood's painting it up at the moment. But, you know, there are people who are just very sincere, caring, generous and thoughtful, intelligent, and they want to be good articulators, and they want to share, and they want to help people make progress. Because, you know, I heard Damien Eccles talk about this once. For those you know, Damien Eccles is worth checking out, guys. He was talking about, you know, magic and is a valid spiritual path, and I think you know, when we've got a community of very intelligent and grounded people like we have talking about these things, it sort of helps to, I'm not going to say normalize it, but it's helping to sort of maybe break some barriers and build some bridges where people are like, who are especially dissatisfied spiritual seekers who are looking. And, you know, there's, you know, you can come to a place like Perseus and you can explore the various courses and go, okay, well, that just sounds a bit too far out for me. But, you know, I'm definitely down to learn some QiGong. That's pretty public. That's pretty accepted. You know, I'm definitely down for some Tai Chi. Definitely down for some meditation. That's the starting point for a lot of people, isn't it? And, you know, actually, you know what? I want to learn about Buddhism or something like this too. You know, these things suddenly, when you open up, these things start to have appeal. And then you've got a trust framework because you've got these people who, like a guy like Mark Rasmus, who's just like, you know, he just makes like a whole bunch of videos and then just puts them up, and like you don't even need to pay for his stuff to get value. You know, you just go into his YouTube courses, right? Like they're his free stuff there. Like it's just, there's so much, and it's so generous, and many of them are too. So this is a really great time, and I'm so grateful to you, James, for everything that you've done here, because you're helping a lot of teachers and creators and authors and presenters and practitioners who maybe don't have the time and the skills. You're giving them the space to really focus on what they do best or what they want to do, and giving them something that they can share with people, and also get the confidence maybe to sort of, you know, become online teachers or be able to produce courses and things so they can step more into that role. Because like we said, you know, that guy who did 30 years worth of that training, who to inspire us, who probably inspired people who made movies and wrote books and wrote music and things, right? He probably wasn't working a full-time job, maybe. I don't know. Like, you know, he had to take himself out of the world. You know, he may have done, you know.
Yeah, he had a, you know, you need special circumstances for some of this stuff. And yeah, he had quite a unique experience where he had one of the old guard teachers. This was in Taipei. And he had basically a 20-year apprenticeship with someone who was at the highest level. I mean, the highest level I've ever seen in Asia. I've not seen, in Asia, I've not seen anyone anywhere close to that level of being able to actually demonstrate light skill like that. And it's all, you know what, light skill, a lot of people think it's all going to be about the energy. The light skill, in that tradition at least, all begins with the body work. So it's he paid the price. So that's the thing I think with Perseus, is like so many of these genius individuals. You know, I'm kind of an average practitioner. I try my best, and I'm getting there, and I'm doing what I can. But when I meet, and I'm thinking I'm getting it, you know, then I meet some of these teachers, and you know, yeah, as you see, I've met with Nenad, met with Bob, you know, met with Peter, all these people in the flesh, and you know, it's just, that's when you know. You know, people say there's levels and there's levels. You know, it's like, that's when you know you're in a new level when you chat with these people, and it's so inspiring to hear them talk. So, and it's so nice just to be able to give them a space to just teach. They haven't got to worry about anything else. Just teach. So that's the idea behind Perseus, is to make it simple for teachers to teach, and to make it simple for students to find teachers that actually want to teach, that aren't going to try and swindle them or waste their time. That's because I had all that, and I didn't want that to happen again. So that's really Perseus in a nutshell.
Yeah, and I think too that, you know, like there's a lot of material and interviews and conversations with you available now, so people can see, because you're essentially the vetting, a crucial part of the vetting process about who comes onto these, you know, onto the platform as well. And so, you know, that you've got to be satisfied, you know, like I've got to be satisfied, you know, we're trying to do right by people. We're sincerely trying to do right by people. We're also trying to make it so that, you know, we can keep this stuff alive. And, you know, some people take
it. That actually, you hit on a point there, Phil, is let me know if you need to go, by the way. But you know, this is another thing, is that we're also looking at this from, none of us are getting any older. Any younger. And you know, if there's nothing in place, so Mark Stavish is doing a lot of work with this at the moment, to try and preserve these things. And it's like Bob always says, you know, it's like if we're always reinventing the wheel, we never get any further. You know, we can't just always be trying to reinvent what we've just lost. So one of the things that Perseus is looking at, along with all these other people like Bob and Mark Stavish, is we need to preserve this stuff for those that come after us. Is that, you know, now we have the experience and we have curriculums in place that, I know it's not a popular opinion, but actually can make things quicker and smoother for you. We don't want to lose that, and then as soon as we die, people have to do it the hard way again until some individual comes along and makes it a little bit easier and quicker. You know, because that's development, right? In every other scheme of things, in the sciences, we don't just make the discoveries, that person dies and it's lost and we have to go back and do it again. So in these esoteric sciences, you know, strangely, the more you do it and the more people involved, we find better ways of doing it. It's like any human endeavor. So the idea is that hopefully we can preserve some of this amazing knowledge, you know, like the work of Ron Clark, you know, like the work of William Misley, you know, like the work of Virgil, you know, who have all written literally libraries worth of material. Yeah. And this should be preserved, you know, it should be accessible, digitized, for those that want it. So this is something else we're looking at, and something else we're looking for the future, so that, you know, selfishly, again, as I think as Bob mentioned before, so that when he reincarnates in the future, he doesn't have to go through it all again. He can come in and go, all right, great, someone sorted out this curriculum. I can just come in and find it and make some good, fast progress. None of us want to have to go through the search of traveling all over the world and kissing all the frogs that were supposed to be gurus. Again, we don't want to do that again.
Well, this comes back to something I thought of, which is like, look, seriously, guys, wherever you end up in the next life, you know, you're probably going to end up as a practitioner again. Like, you know, there's a good chance of it, right? And who knows what your circumstances and your situation is going to be, your access to this material, because there may not be a library in 100 miles. However, you know, once you start having some interesting experiences and you go out of body and you find yourself meeting an old version of yourself, and he goes, you know, yes. the treasure is buried under this tree. You know, go get the treasure so you don't have to work, so that you can just get back into the practice. You know, and there's a similar kind of thing here. Like, you know, we're planting seeds for the future, and lots of people will benefit. And, you know, don't think for a minute that, you know, like sharing good teachings is not looked upon favorably. Like, you know, there's a lot of things distracting people in the modern day, and you know, it's good to offset that with some quality. And I think that is looked upon favorably. And so if that helps, then, use that. But I'm so grateful, for our connection. I've really enjoyed our friendship and relationship as it's built, brother. And
me too.
These are exciting times. Man, I just love doing the practice, and I love talking about the practice and trying to find ways to bring it to the street in my own hometown and these types of things too. Because I'm a guy I live in my village, in my hometown, and I'm sure that people know that I've got a YouTube channel, but they've never checked it out. And if they did, they'd be like, "This is far too far out," or something like that. But I always just bring it back to this, and I say, "Look, there's, they go, Phil, you've really changed. You're a lot more chilled out. You look great. You're really good at explaining things now. And, you're always kind of calm and relaxed, and you're great to talk to, and these types of things." And I go, "Well, I generally apportion that to meditation, and I like to be the demonstration of the benefits of the practice." And, and then someone might go, and people go, "Oh, bro, what's them beads about?" And it's because they make me more spiritual. That's the joke. But I actually say, when people go, "Oh, what's the beads about?" And I say, well, actually, they're a form of making corrections to my personality, and these types, they're actually functional. Yeah, sure, they look great, and I wear them because they bite into my neck and remind me that I'm wearing them. And they get me lots of attention, sure, whatever. But it's actually functional. And I try and express that because the world's a changing place, and people are looking for ways of doing things, and I like living a minimalist sort of life as well. I like living very simply, and I find that the more time and space I can make for my practice, I just enjoy life more personally, and sharing things and finding other people. And the online community is just starting to turn into, we're finding our tribes within the tribes, and we're collecting the people. And I think too that, it's like with my Substack, people who really want to follow me and my work will go out of their way to follow me on my Substack, because they have to go outside of their comfort zone. Anyone can leave a comment on YouTube, but if they come over to Substack, I've got to click out. Oh, wait a minute, So it's the same with setting up Perseus. I think it's just going to be more high quality signal, less noise, just more people going, okay, well, I'm here for business. I'm here for the work. I want to get inspired. I want to meet the right people. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Here's another idea. The Marshall Man has this on his site too, I think. You can find local practitioners on his website.
Something we're thinking of, actually. Yeah, exactly. Because as you know, like once it's lovely to test, my mental, my astral, but when you can see this in person and to see the effects physically, another reason the physical training is so important is as a diagnostic tool.
Yes.
To actually not believe, I'm incredible, and then you go and do it and there's just nothing. So when you can actually use this as a diagnostic tool and work with partners of all shapes and sizes and experiences, and see how you have to change, how your will has to sometimes give a little bit more, how you've got to really expand out sometimes to let that kind of force go through you, all these different experiences of how you're going to work with the mental, the astral, and the physical, how you're going to work with the akasha, how you're going to work with non-dual through the physical vessel. It's so valuable, and it's so accelerating. And so, if we can put people in contact with each other to work with it. So the first part of that is we've got the free training, right? Every Saturday, just tune in, go for it. Yeah. Next part of that, we're going to have a thing where, if you want, you can sort of opt in to kind of seek out people close to you. It might take a little bit of a while for us to get that up there. And then as time goes on, as community builds, we will do live meetups. Where we just meet up somewhere and have a great time, have practice, have talks, have all of this just as a very informal type of thing. And then we are, another reason it's called Gathering of the Magi,
Mm.
the community platform, is because in the future, I absolutely want to do something where serious practitioners get together, wherever it may be, in the US, in Asia, in Europe, and we really, get to work and get some amazing practice done, and we get some amazing exchange done. That will be awesome to have 1, 2, or 4 of those a year, because this stuff needs to be used. It needs to be used, and as we discussed on, I think, the Substack video we did, Phil, the more we use it, and the more it's seen to be used by the powers, the spheres, the more comes.
Yes.
Yeah. And so this is the unfolding of the universe through us. And if we're on pause, then nothing comes. We need to use it, learn it, use it, make use of it, share it with others, and then other things that we can't even fathom how incredible it is comes through.
Oh, I love that, brother. That's beautiful. There we go. There's the first chapter of the book. All right. So that's great. And yeah, maybe even the Perseus dating app for magicians too. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yes, that's right. There's magicians near you who want to hear from you.
Oh my gosh. Brother, this has been an absolute pleasure. I'll get you to just stick around for 1 minute after I close the stream, if you could, please. I just want to say to everyone, once again, hang on. PerseusArcaneAcademy.com. There's a lot to explore on this website, and we've got the new community tab right here. And I'll click on that, and you can go in and you can start exploring. And if you like dark mode, there's the button up there. There we go. Flick that off. Ooh, there we go. And there's a lot going on here. There's lots to explore. Flick back through this video from the beginning, and we walk through pretty much everything that's available, and we talk through what's coming up and some possibilities and how you can report things, giving James feedback about in this series here, in this area here, the platform feedback about bugs you find, taking screenshots, sending them through. You need to join it, but there's an option where you can put things in there. So it's all there. Thank you, everyone who's joined us. I appreciate you guys. It's always a pleasure to have James on the Phil Rice YouTube channel. I'm grateful to you, brother. Thank you very much. And yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful evening, everyone. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, everyone.